Shabbat Shalom.
Good Shabbos.
Good Shabbos. Welcome to our Women's Kabbalat Shabbat put on by Wodi, by the women of Temple Israel. Instead of me talking, I'm going to call on our incredible chairs for this evening, to Patty Norcom and Aina Lubin, to join us up on the bima.
Shabbat Shalom. So the theme for this women's Kabbalat Shabbat is Chazak ve'emetz, be strong and courageous. Tonight we honor our congregation's women and our WOTI members. Strength and courage, tonight's theme, is infused throughout the evening in special readings, songs, and actions. The shout-out insert in your program includes beautiful messages of commemoration by the families of many of our women. Enjoy. The color red, which many of you chose to wear, is a symbol of the strength and courage our Jewish women exhibit every day in the many roles they play. We celebrate all of you.
Patty and I are here on the bima speaking to you, but we were not alone making this evening happen. With the guidance of our clergy, a large group of women of Temple Israel WOTI volunteers have been involved in creating this meaningful service. We thank them for their spirit and their energy. We are also honored, although she hasn't arrived yet, she left a little late, she may be tied up in traffic, we are also honored to have with us this evening a special guest, Susan Steinberg, the Southern Region President for the Women's League for Conservative Judaism, which is WOTI's national umbrella organization. Susan, when you do arrive, we welcome you to Charlotte. We hope all of you here this evening will be inspired spiritually and emotionally by tonight's special Kabbalat service. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Do you want to invite all the ladies up?
Yeah, that are gonna light the candles? Yeah.
And then I'll go around.
Can we have the women that were on the planning committee, the WOTI planning committee, come up on the bima to help light the Shabbat candles, please?
So that's Denise Abadi, Karen Brodsky, Franny Cohen, Dee Dee Seigler, Kathy Feinstein, Jennifer Galinsky, Jackie Kaplan, Karen Noble, Marnie Mauskowitz, Ruth Paul, Michael Thalberg, and Gloria Reeves. And before, sorry, I'll just do this. Come gather, like we're gonna kind of gather around. And before we light candles, we wanted to take an opportunity to think about women in our lives who were strong and courageous. So if there's someone on your heart, one of the people I had thought of earlier this week was Audrey Maddens. That came right to mind when I was thinking about tonight. So if you would please rise, and we're gonna just go around the room and share those names.
My sister Denise Girl and Elena Ashel.
Thank you. Anybody else? Come on, there's strong women in the room.
Shelley Barrett.
Shelley Barrett.
Annie Nora Johnson. Dolores Noble, Judith Fabro, and Anna.
My mother. Frances Oster, my grandmother.
And Celia Krasno and Hilda Lubin, my mother and mother-in-law.
Who wants to light?
My mom, or your
Thank you.
Please rise.
Yeah, go ahead and read it.
Let us light these lights. Let our hearts unite in the light. As we light these candles, we think about women in our lives who exemplify strength and courage. May the light remind us of the strength and courage in our own hearts.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher Shel Shabbat. Amen.
Shabbat Shalom. You may be seated. We turn to our Siddur Lev Shalem, for the beginning of Kabbalat Shabbat. And I'm going to invite up all of the women who are leading us in different parts of Kabbalat Shabbat. I'm going to call on Jen Koss and Jennifer Sampson and Margaret Musa and Rabbi Tracy Clears and Gloria Reeves and Jack E. Kaplan to join us up on the bima for the beginning parts of Kabbalat Shabbat. And let's turn to page 11 for Lechuna Ranana.
Jennifer, right here. All right. Okay. Sorry. All right. Golda Meir was the 4th Prime Minister of Israel and the first woman to hold the position. She was a key figure in the establishment of the State of Israel and worked tirelessly to promote peace and security in the region. Despite facing many challenges and obstacles, she remained committed to her ideals and served as a role model for women around the world.
Page 14.
Yismechu hashamayim, Yismechu hashamayim, Yismechu hashamayim, Betagel haaretz, Yiram hayam, Yiram hayam, Yiram hayam, Umelo, Yiram hayam, Yiram hayam, Yiram hayam, Umelo, Yismechu hashamayim,
Mayim.
Yismechu hashamayim, Yismechu hashamayim, Betagel haaretz.
We continue on the bottom of page 20, the final 3 lines with Romamu.
Memu Adonai Eloheinu v'ishtachavu lehakodsho. Memu Adonai Eloheinu v'ishtachavu lehakodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romamu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romamu. Romamu Adonai Eloheinu v'ishtachavu lehakodsho. Romamu Adonai Eloheinu v'ishtachavu lehakodsho.
Women of Strength by Sharon Samani. A strong woman works out every day to keep her body in shape, but a woman of strength kneels in prayer to keep her soul in shape. A strong woman isn't afraid of anything, but a strong woman of strength shows courage in the midst of her fear. A strong woman won't let anyone get the best of her, but a woman of strength gives her best in what she does. A strong woman makes mistakes and avoids the same in the future. But a woman of strength realizes life's mistakes can also be God's blessings and capitalizes on them.
A strong woman walks sure-footedly, but a woman of strength also knows God will catch her when she falls. A strong woman wears the look of confidence on her face, but a woman of strength wears grace. A strong woman has faith that she is strong enough for the journey, but a woman of strength has faith that it is the journey that she will become strong. Please join us in singing Lakado Day on page 23.
Lecha lecha dodi, lekrat lekrat kala, pene pene Shabbat nikabela. Lecha lecha dodi, lekrat lekrat kala, pene pene Shabbat nikabela. Shamor v'zacho b'dibor echad, Hishmi'anu el hameyuchad, Adonai echad u'shemo echad. L'shem u'tiferet v'liti la 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 la. Lecha dodi, lekrat kala, pene pene Shabbat nikabela. Lecha dodi, lekrat kala, pene pene Shabbat nikabela. Likrat Shabbat lichu v'nelcha, ki hi mekor habaracha, berosh mikedem nisucha. Sof ma'aseh b'mashavati la 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 la. Lecha dodi, likrat kala, pene pene Shabbat nikabela. Lecha dodi, likrat kala, pene pene Shabbat nikabela. Boi v'shalom ateret ba'ala, gam b'simcha u'b'tzola, toch emunei am segula. Boi chala, la 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 la. Lecha dodi, likrat kala, pene pene Shabbat nikabela. Lecha dodi, likrat kala, pene pene Shabbat nikabela.
May be seated. Thank you, Laura. Let's turn in the Sidurim to page 27, a song for the day of Shabbat, Mizmor Shir Leyom HaShabbat.
Where words end, music begins and lifts our prayers to the heavens. Yai, lai, 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 lai. Yai, lai, 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 lai. Yai, lai, 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 yai, lai, lai. Ya la la ya la 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 ya la la ya la 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 la. Mizmor Shir Leyom HaShabbat. Mizmor Shir Leyom HaShabbat. Tov lehodot l'Adonai. Tov lehodot l'Adonai, u'zamer l'shimcha elyon, u'lezamer l'shimcha elyon. Le'agid baboker La 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 la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la la, ya la la, ya la 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 la, la 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 la, ya la 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 la. צדיקת אמר יפרח כארז בלבנון יזכה שתולים בבית אדוני בחצרות אלוהינו יפריחון עוד ירבו בשיבה דשנים ורעננים יהיו להגיד כי ישר אדוני צורי ולא הבלטה בו.
Page 29.
Adonai malaki ulavesh, lavesh Adonai oti tazar, tikon tevel baltimo. Mikolot mayim rabim adirim mishpereyam adir bamarom Adonai. Erotecha nemnu bevitcha navakodesh, Adonai leorech yamim.
Each Friday night, as Shabbat starts, it's traditional at home for parents to bless their children with the words of the priestly blessing, Berkat Kohanim Yivarechecha. Here at Temple Israel, each and every Friday night, we share those words of blessing with our children, our parents, our family, our friends, our neighbors in the congregation. So I'm going to invite you to please rise. If you're so moved, you can put your arms around the person next to you as we share the words of the priestly blessing.
Yevarechecha Adonai ve'yishmerecha Ken yehi ratzon.
May God bless you and keep you.
Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chunecha
May God's Spirit shine upon you, and may God be gracious unto you. May God's Spirit turn unto you, and may God grant you shalom, grant you peace. Ken yehi ratzon. And she's off. Seated, we turn to our prayer for healing, the Mishberach prayer, as we think of the people in our lives in need of physical and spiritual well-being. This Shabbat, we call to mind Shimon ben Yaakov, Mordechai ben Naomi, Perel bat Rezel, Malka bat Sarah, Leib Yisrael ben Abraham v'Tzipora, Aliza Meira bat Leah, Tzivya bat Chana, Elijah Avila, Yafa Fega bat Ziselbina, Kathy Berlin, Karen Nina Esther, Adina Miriam, Harry Kinney, Kevin Haffey, Ben Sion Chai ben Rachel, Miriam bat Rivka, Jean Cook, Dennis Carroll, Ever Yitzchak, Mordechai Chaim ben Leah, Bluma Duva, Malka Sarah bat Ruben Verut, Hachazana Shimon ben Chana, Eleanor Goldman, Sophie Galinsky, Harvey Stone, Sarah Ella bat Arya Leib, Maxine Albaum, Shmuel ben Shimon, Chana bat Bina, Chaim Yitzchak ben Gittel Fagel, Shmuel ben Regina, Mitchell Radin, Lieber Ephraim ben Malka, Yaakov ben Moshe, Shneir Zalman ben Chana Mindel, Julie Duke, Benjamin Shmuel ben Yehudi, Talia Weinstein, Yitzchak David ben Yael Sima, Yaakov Burton, Moshe Achanan ben Rav Abraham Yosef Alevi, Ital Chaya, Hershel Yoshua ben Malka, David Shmuel ben Chava, Moshe ben Zev, Achanan ben Lazer, David Cohen, Reuben ben Shaul Halevi, Malka bat Simcha Eliyahu Visara Devorah, Shoshana bat Esther. If you'd like to include someone in the Mishberach prayer, I invite you to rise and to share their names as I come to you. Bye-bye. At Kol HaCholim and all those who are ill, join together the Mishaberach prayer for healing.
Let's join our voices together. Mikor habracha leimotenu, may the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say,
Turn to page 30 for the Mourner's Kaddish. I invite those in mourning or observing a yortzeit to rise and join me in the words of the Kaddish. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabba v'yalma divera kirutei v'yamlich malchutei v'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael ba'agala uv'izman kariv v'yimru amen. Yehi shemei rabba mevorach leolam u'lomeo maya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnasei v'yitadar v'yit'ale v'yithalal shemei dekudsha brihu le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechamata damiran v'yalma v'yimru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav hu yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru amen. May be seated to share some teaching, some words of Torah. Call on Rabbi Helene Kornsgold.
Shabbat Shalom. Thank you to the Planning Committee for once again asking me to speak this evening. After a busy 6 days of work, Shabbat gives us the chance to step back, to breathe, to reflect. It is an opportunity to celebrate our accomplishments, connect with our community, and rejuvenate our souls. Women's Shabbat is a special opportunity to step back as a community and consider what is important, celebrate our friendships, and inspire our souls. It is our opportunity to take control of our experiences and share our stories. For the women of Temple Israel, it also connects our past, present, and future. As you walked into the synagogue this evening, you had the opportunity to light a candle in honor of a strong woman in your life. Sorry. Be able to read it, sorry.
Thank you so much, Rabbi Kornsgold. I'm going to read her beautiful words, if I can figure out where she left off. Oh, past, present, and future. As you walked in the synagogue this evening, you had the opportunity to light a candle in honor of a strong woman in your life, someone strong like Rabbi Helene Kornsgold. Throughout Judaism, there have been many strong female voices who spoke up or took action and whom we can learn from. In Parshat Beshalach, after the Israelites crossed through the Sea of Reeds, Miriam took a timbrel in her hand and led them in Shirat Hayam, the Song of the Sea. Her singing showed the impact of music and song on the community. In the book of Judges, we learn about Devorah, who was a prophetess and the only female judge in Israel during the time of the Canaanites were oppressed in the time that the Canaanites were oppressing the country. She called on her husband Barak, a military leader, to lead an army against the Canaanites. Barak refused to go with her, so Devorah went with him and prayed for their success. Devorah was truly a leader and role model for both men and women. There are also several women in the Bible who, in their time of need, used their voices to pray. Each of the following mothers prayed for specific things for their child. They were intentional, consistent, and specific. In the book of Samuel, we're introduced to Elhanan and his wives, Peninnah and Hannah. Peninnah can bear children, while Hannah is barren. In her grief, she turns to God. She prays fervently, vowing that if God grants her a male child, she will give that child back to God after weaning him. Hannah's prayers are answered by God, who remembers her, much as he remembered Rachel. Upon birth, it is Hannah who chooses a name for her son. She calls him Samuel because she asked God for him, and God answered her. Yocheved, the mother of Moses and Aaron and Miriam, surely was one of the greatest Jewish women that ever lived. Think of the successes of her children. Moses, who brought the children of Israel out of Egypt and who received the Torah on Mount Sinai. Aaron, who was the high priest and the father of all Kohanim. Miriam, who was a prophetess in whose merit the children of Israel had watered during 40 years wandering in the desert. When it came to her children, she definitely had a lot to be proud of. When Moses was a few months old, Pharaoh made the decree that Jewish male babies would be killed. Rather than give up the boy to the cruel Egyptians, Yocheved decided to entrust him to God. She made a little box out of wood, made it watertight, and placed it among the reeds in the Nile with a prayer to God to save him. Like all these women who use their voices in different ways, tonight we are raising up our voices in song, in speech, and in prayer for the betterment of all. This year, the theme that has guided the programming for Women's League for Conservative Judaism is Chazak ve'ematz, be strong and courageous, words you have likely heard before during Torah reading on Shabbat mornings. These two small but powerful words appeared numerous times in the Tanakh, in Devarim, the book of Joshua, Psalms, and Chronicles 1, with slight changes in the grammar. The blessing or possible directive, chamatz ve'ematz, appears with a slight variation, I'm learning, 3 times in Parshat Vayelech. First, Moses goes to the people and acknowledges that his time is up and that Joshua will lead them into Israel. He tells them, Chizku v'imtzu, be strong and courageous. Do not fear, because God will be with you. Moses then calls Joshua over and in front of everyone tells him, Chazak ve'ematz, be strong and courageous, because you are entering the promised land with the people, and it is you who will settle them there. Further on in the text, God speaks to Joshua and tells him, Chazak ve'ematzi, Chazak ve'ematzi, be strong and courageous, because you will bring the people into the land, and I will be with you. The common thread between these verses is all of them refer to being strong and having courage. The source of this is one's faith in God. Faith that God will not forget you. Faith that God will be with you. When we have faith that we can rely on God, we are never alone. Just as Moses and God spoke to Joshua and said, Chazak ve'ematz, sometimes we need to be told by others, by a friend or mentor, be strong and courageous. You will be okay. You are not alone. To me, this is the connection of these words to the women of Temple Israel and Women's League. These words can be used to describe the power, the strength, the chevra, the friendship that women here have with each other. The women of Temple Israel are extremely special, loyal to each other, and present for each other. We are a mishpacha, a family of women who support each other and the synagogue while focusing on Jewish values. The essence of Chazak ve'ematz is beautifully captured in a song created by songwriter Alan Goodis. Not surprising, the title of the song is Stand Up, Chazak ve'ematz. The lyrics are as follows. I've got the power, I've got the tough, I'm daring enough to be heard. I've got the grit, I've got the spark. I'm a light when the world gets dark. Stand up, go be courageous, be strong, make it contagious. Don't stop, you've got the fight. We'll band together, we'll heed the call. We are relentless, we won't fall. We'll break the ceiling, we'll touch the sky. They clip our wings and we still fly. Stand up, go be courageous, be strong, make it contagious. Don't stop, you've got the fight. Stand up, go be courageous, be strong, make it contagious. Don't stop, you've got the light. Yasher Koach to all our wonderful women who have been participating in Women's Shabbat. Always remember, when we are present for others, we strengthen them, and they can be courageous. This is the power and strength of the bonds formed between the women at Temple Israel. We are stronger together. Shabbat Shalom. By Rabbi Helene Kornsgold.
Thank you, Rabbi Kornsgold, for your words of Torah, and Kent Erlisik for sharing them. Let's turn in the Sidurim to page 39, and we rise for the Baruch Hu, beginning the Mariv, the evening service. And as we begin Mariv, I'm going to call up the people to join us on the Bima who are leading the next few parts of the service. I'd like to invite Lynn Goldsmith, Tamara Norman, Jennifer Sampson, and Bunny Bramson to join us up on the Bima. May be seated. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, whose word brings the evening dusk, whose wisdom opens the gates of dawn, whose understanding changes the day's division, whose will sets the succession of seasons and arranges the stars in their places in the sky, who creates day and night, who rolls light before darkness and darkness from before the light.
Baruch atah Adonai, Hamariv Haravi.
Amen. Page 40.
כי הם חיינו ויורך ימינו, והם נגע יומם בלילה, ובטח תשים ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני, אוהב עמו ישראל.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha, v'chol levavecha, uv'chol nafshecha, uv'chol me'odecha, v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele, asher anochi mitzavecha, hayom al levavecha, v'shinantam levanecha, v'dibarta bam, v'shivtecha b'veitecha, uv'leftecha b'derech, ושבתך ובקומך, וקשרתם להיות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך.
Continue on page 42. ויאם שמות שמות מצוותיי, אשר אנוכי מצווה לך מיום לבנכם ולעבוד בכל. נתתם פרעתכם באית ומספר. ויאמר משה דבר בני ישראל.
Adonai Elohechem Emet.
ואמונה כל זה וקם עלינו כי הוא אלוהינו ומעזרתו וננחנו ישראל עמו. הפנים מלאכים מגן רגלינו המדריכנו עוונה בין מגן רגלינו. Then Moses, Miriam, and the people of Israel joyfully sang this song to you, Micha Mocha Ba'elim Adonai, top of page 44.
ומלכותו ברצון קיבלו עליהם, משה ומרים ובני ישראל לחנו שירה, בשמחה רבה, ואמרו כולם. מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך באלים. כמוך נהדר בקודש, מי כמוך נהדר. נורא תהילות עושה פלא, עושה פלא. נורא תהילות עושה מלכותך ראו בניך, בוקע הים לפני משה. זה אלי, זה אלי, זה אלי, הנו ויאמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך באלים. מי כמוך נהדר בקודש, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש. ונאמר כי פז אדוני את יעקב וגל מיד חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל.
Amen.
Shiphrah and Puah were two midwives who played a crucial role in the story of the Exodus of the Israelites from Egypt. According to the book of Exodus, the Pharaoh of Egypt had ordered all Hebrew baby boys to be killed at birth. But Shiphrah and Puah defied his orders and allowed the babies to live. Their act of courage and defiance was not only a sign of their faith in God, but also a testament to their commitment to protecting innocent lives. Despite the danger of being caught and punished, they chose to prioritize their moral values and protect the lives of the children they were entrusted with. Their bravery and strength continued to serve as an example for people of all faiths and backgrounds, reminding us that even in the face of great evil and oppression, there is always room for compassion, empathy, and resistance.
Allow us, Adonai our God, to sleep peacefully. Awaken us to life, O Sovereign. Blessed are you who spreads the canopy of peace over us, over all the people of Israel, and over Jerusalem. Page 45, Hashkivenu.
Join our voices together. Hashkivenu, Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, leshalom. Hashkivenu, Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, leshalom. Ve'hamidenu, malkeinu, lechaim, lechaim, ufros aleinu, sukkot, shlomecha, shlomecha. When I lay down at night, when I lay down at night, when I rest my head, when I rest my head, oh God, watch over me, oh God, watch over me. And when the morning comes, and when the morning comes, we thank Adonai, we thank Adonai, and pray for peace. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, ve'hamidenu malkeinu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, ve'hamidenu malkeinu lechaim. Ushmor tzitinu vo'enu lechaim u'shalom me'ata v'ad olam ufros aleinu sukat shalomecha baruch atah Adonai haporei sukat shalom aleinu v'chol amo Yisrael v'al Yerushalayim.
Amen. Page 46, we rise for Vishamru.
Can I give you this? No? All right.
Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. B'nei Uvein, B'nei Yisrael, Oti le'olam, Oti le'olam. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai, Asa Adonai et ha-shamayim v'et ha'aretz. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Uvayom hashvi'i Shabbat b'yinofash, Shabbat b'yinofash, Shabbat b'yinofash. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam.
ייקדע ויתקדע שמי רבה.
אמן.
ועמד יברח ירותי וימליך מלכותי
בחייכון וביומכון ובחייך כל בית ישראל. בגלה ובזמן קריב. אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם עולם ויומיה.
יתברך וישבח ויפאר ויתרבה וינסה ויתהדר ויתעלה שמי קודשה בריחו לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה
תושבחתה ונחמתה תמירן בימה.
Amen.
We spend the next few moments in silent prayer with the words of the Amidah, beginning on page 47. Tonight, in addition to Shabbat, we mark Rosh Chodesh, the new month of ER, and we include the special prayer for the new month.
When you've completed your Amidah, you may be seated. The lyrics for our After Amidah song are in the program, I believe. You can't hear? I think the words to the song that we're about to sing are in the program. Take my hand, I'll take yours. Together we can open doors. If you see me and I see you for who we are, then we'll get through. If we sing one song, we stand strong. You feel alone and you're confused. You witness hatred and abuse. You don't know what to do. You see the world is full of strife. So many seek a better life. You ask, what can I do? Take my hand, I'll take yours. Together we can open doors. If you see me and I see you for who we are, then we'll get through. If we sing one song, we stand strong. No more hatred, no more war. We will rise up one day more. We know what to do. We will love, not fight our way. That's our promise for today. This is what we'll do. Take my hand, I'll take yours. Together we
can open doors. If you see me and I see you for who we are, then we'll get through. If we sing one song, we stand strong. 'Cause we are not alone. We are not alone, we are not alone. We are not alone, we are not alone. We are not alone, we are not alone. We are not alone. We are not alone, we are not alone. We are not alone, we are not alone. We are not alone, we are not alone. We are not alone. Take my hand, I'll take yours. Together we can open doors. If you see me and I see you for who we are, then we'll get through. If we sing one song, if we sing one song, if we sing one song, we stand strong.
We continue on page 54, and as cantor chants Kaddish Shalem, I call on Didi Seigler, Michael Thalberg, Hillary Rosenbaum, and Karen Noble to join us up on the bima.
Yibarach v'yishabach v'yibar v'trubah v'yinaseh v'yizazah v'yizazah shmei kudsha brichu leila min kol berachata v'shirata t'shbechata v'nachamata d'amiran b'yama v'yimeru amen tika v'altzotonu v'altzon zucho Yisrael kodam abuhon v'yishmai v'yimru amen yesh amarav amin shmai v'chaim l'in v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen Oseh shalom b'imromav hu yaseh shalom Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol yoshvei tevel v'yimru
Amen. Please rise for the Kiddush. I'd like to invite any kids to come join me up here at the foot of the bima.
Savri Chavarai, Chavarai.
Achayim.
Here we go. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho v'ahavat uvratzon hinchilanu, zikaron l'maaseh b'reishit, ki hu yom techilah Likrai Kodesh, Zecher L'Tziat Mitzrayim, Kivanu Lacharta, Liotanu Kidashta, Mikol Amim, V'Shabbat Kodeshecha, V'Yahava Inchaltanu, Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat.
Amen. L'chaim. Page 56, Aleinu.
Get him.
Thank you. Shabbat shalom.
Aleinu l'shaberach l'adon ha'kol, l'tekilah l'yoser reshit, shelo asanu k'goyei haratzot, velo samanu k'mishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkeinu kahem,
Kakatu b'toratech Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed.
V'nemar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz bayom hahu v'yeh Adonai echad u'shemo echad.
May be seated.
There are stars whose radiance is visible on earth, though they have long been extinct. There are people whose brilliance continues to light the world, even though they are no longer among the living. These lights are particularly bright when the night is dark. They light the way for humankind. Hannah Senesh.
That beautiful quote from Hannah Senesh, we recall those whose yortzites are observed this week. We remember Helen Weinstein, Nathan Kay, Roseanne Grant, Sarah Goldstone, Beatrice Goodman, Betty Miller, Charles Ginsberg, Ira Schulman, Mary Sfredo, Arthur Gordon, Dora Nelson, Gary Witt, Harry Wolfert, Joanna Simons, Libby Levinson, Philip Nalabatsky, Sarah Dixon, Audrey Maddens, Irving Hochstadt, Jacob Feldman, Sanford Epstein, Shirley Silverstein, Elizabeth Savadkin Small, Gabriel Gleiberman, Irving Epstein, Jacob Baikovitz, Julius Katzen, Mamie Schaefer, Pamela Godwin Carroll, Philip Elliott Katzen, Celia Rubin, Esther Doris, Helga Rosenberger, Irving Jacobson, Rachel Wolk-Cinco, Sadie Boyce, Sheila Kritzer, Shirley Hodes Millender, Wolf Aschendorf, Gerald Susi, Janet Jaffa, Janice Friedland, Kimberly Susan Bates, Leona Gartner, Natalie Podlofsky, Selwyn Taubman, Aaron Berman, M. David Silverman, and Sandy Berger. And we extend condolences to congregants who've recently lost loved ones, to Joel Laudenbach on the loss of Howard Center, to Evelyn Krieger on the loss of her husband, Samuel Krieger, to Renee Steiner on the passing of her husband, Joseph Steiner, to Larry Batensky on the passing of his mother, Vivian Batensky, to Ruth Paul on the passing of her brother, Robert Epner, to Sylvia Swartz on the passing of her husband, Irving Swartz, and to Sandra Levine, Howard Levine, Lori Sklut, and Amy Dawson on the loss of husband and father, Leon Levine. I invite those in mourning or observing a yortzeit to rise and join me in the words of the Kaddish, page 58. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, v'yalma divera kirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, v'agala u'bizman kariv v'imru amen, yehi shemei rabbah mevorach le'olam olomeo maya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnasei, v'yitadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shemei dekudsha b'richu, le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata, tush bechata v'nechemata, damiran v'yalma v'yimru amen, yehi shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen, oseh shalom b'mromav, hu yaseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol yoshvei tevel v'yimru amen. May be seated. Hillary, still no speaker?
Our speaker is en route. We'll see her tomorrow at morning service.
Okay, well, representing Women's League, I'm sure she would say something about Torah Fund. Is that accurate? I would second that. Yasher Koach to all of you, really, for the absolutely incredible job, the beautiful service that you led us in. It was beautiful to hear so many of you and to sing along with you, and really enjoyed this Shabbat. And we'll hear from Susan Steinberg tomorrow. I'm going to call on Amy Udoff, representing the Temple Israel Board of Trustees and Women of Temple Israel.
Shabbat Shalom. I'm losing my voice a little bit, but I think I'm going to make it. All right, it's Vodi Shabbat. Thank you to Rabbi Wolt, Candlelistic, Sean Seaford for the live stream, and to Adam Ward for the beautiful piano accompaniment. I'd like to thank the women of Temple Israel. You led a beautiful service, and I am grateful for all the time that you spend building community here within our Temple family. A big shout out to all of you. There are some exciting things that are happening here in the building and on the park. Israel's 75th Yom Ha'atzmaut, Independence Day, will be celebrated at Shalom Park on April 26th at 5 p.m. Over in the soccer fields at the Levine JCC. And join the empty nesters for a casual dinner, wine, or beer at Vintner's Wine Market at the Arboretum on May 16th at 6 p.m. And I also want to highlight some of the upcoming Wodi events that are happening. If you look in your brochure, you can take it home and save the dates. But they have a Rosh Chodesh on Sunday, April 23rd at 2 p.m. via Zoom, and a coffee and conversation April 25th from 9:30 to 11:30 at Panera at the Arboretum Shopping Center. And Tasting the Torah, a workshop via Zoom, will be over the summer, July 12th and July 19th from 7:15 to 8:45. So mark your calendars and save those dates. And we look forward to seeing you here at Temple Israel. Shabbat Shalom.
Shalom. Thank you, Amy. I call on Karen Noble and Jackie Kaplan for some final words.
Patty, Ina, and Jennifer Sampson, if you'll just come up for a second. Well, first of all, on behalf of everyone who's here tonight celebrating Kabbalat Shabbat with us, we'd like to thank Patty and Ina for organizing this evening. It's a big undertaking, and they've done it so well and with such grace, and we just wanted to extend a thank you to them. And then also Jennifer Sampson. Jennifer is the fearless leader of Wodi. We have a very strong leadership team, and if you'd like to be part of that team, I'll put a plug in for that, let us know. But really, Jennifer continues to do the heavy lifting, and we are so grateful to Jennifer for her leadership. Thank you.
And of course, Wodi invites everyone to the Oneg Shabbat, lovingly prepared by Patty, and outside in the Memorial Gallery at the conclusion of services. And in the courtyard. We turn back to page 5 as we conclude our Kabbalat Shabbat with Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom Aleichem Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech Malachei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech Malachei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Ay, 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 Boachem
Shalom Malachei Shalom Malachei Elyon, Mimelech Malachei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Malachei Shalom Malachei Elyon, Mimelech Malachei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Malachei Shalom
Malachei Elyon, Mimelech Malachei HaMelachim,
HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Ay, 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 Tzidchem Shalom Malachei Shalom Malachei Elyon, Mimelech Malachei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.